Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Free Daily Coaching, week number 2. This is our mindset day for week 2. We like to start each and every week with a little bit of mindset on the topics that we're going to cover for the week. So specifically for this week, we're going to be covering some organization in our home-based business, and we're going to look at really an outline, and let me pull that up for just a second here. And my computer went down this morning, guys, so it's taking me just a second here to pull everything up. There we go. So we had a computer crasheroo last night. I think the power went off. And so because of that, we had some delays this morning trying to get some things accomplished. So week 2, getting organized. So what we will be looking for is I'm really trying to find some external videos each week to go with our mindset series for you guys. So last week we showed a TED Talks, that Amy Cuddy video. So I was looking for some like motivational organizational videos, and the crisscross there, I wasn't, finding anything. So it could just be simply I was looking and searching for the wrong term. So this morning, what we really wanted to kind of focus on is this idea of organization, okay? And let's be real. Some of us are super organized and some of us are not very well organized. I fall into the latter of the two categories, okay? That's the reality. Especially coming into my home-based business, I had no organizational skills whatsoever. Literally everything in my life was just, and in a lot of areas today, it was just piles, right? And so just like we talk about balance in our home-based business, and we talk about, people going to these like polar extremes, but that's also a balance, right? Not just being, right in the middle is one type of balance, but, going hard and then resting hard, and then going hard and then resting hard is a different form of balance. So let's look at these different areas of your business and say, okay, how can we get organized, and really why? Okay, so here's the reason that we're having this specific call. This isn't a call to say, hey, get organized because it's what everyone does, okay? Because the reality is this, it's not what everyone does. When you go to most people's homes, and this isn't a personal attack on anyone, this is just the way it is. You go to one of two types of homes, either a home that's been cleaned and stays clean, and either they do it themselves or have someone do it, or you go to a home that is cluttery. Right? And then if you go to the cluttery home, so if you go to the clean home, it's one of two things. Either they're doing it on a regular basis or they have someone, right? Those are the options. If it's a cluttery home, you've got two options there too. Either that clutter gets picked up on a regular basis and they have a balance like weekly or every 2 weeks or every couple of days or whatever, or they don't and it just keeps piling up. So now bring that over into your business, and which one are you? Where are you at right now? And this is the transformation. This is the part that you should be getting excited about, because you get to choose to change. So you get to develop in your business. You get to decide to grow, to become a better version of you and of the you that's here. So if you live in a sty, if your office looks like a sty, my office right now, if you looked at my desk, it's not a total pigsty, but there's literally 2 stacks of things that really need to be done, need to be gone through. And once I've got literally like a stack of mail that I need to go through, and then things that I need to put away. I just set them on my desk, like, here, I'll just set it here. So that's a small example. In this week's lessons, what we're going to be going over is how to organize your entire business. In the steps that we're taking, and if you've been following along, then last week, and you did the week 1 of Free Daily Coaching, then you should now be looking at setting up some domains, right? Some autoresponders, and some social media. So you should have those 3 legs in place. If you do, you're going to need to start organizing that information. And what I mean is your logins, your passwords, what you're doing, right? When you're buying things, all of those things need to be kept track of. And if you start to do that on a small level and you start to do that on a regular basis, you'll see this is what will happen. You'll see that your business is easier because of the organization. Why? Well, because when you go to access information, when you go to build a project, when you go to take action, you know where things are located. Knowing where things are located saves time and energy. And the reason it saves energy is because how much energy do you expend on a regular basis because you're simply frustrated or tired of looking over and over and over for something that you can't find, right? Just spending hours looking for something, searching through things. Well, what if you just stopped what you were currently doing right now? You don't have to go back. You don't have to go back into your files right now and get crazy with it and do a big project. That's something that if you decide to do later, you can do. But what if you start right here, right now, today, and say, starting today, starting right now, I'm going to start to be more organized. I'm going to keep track of what I'm doing so that I can so that I can save time, B, so that I can be more productive and more effective, and C, specifically so that I can move forward in my business and I can help others to move forward as well. And the reality is this: when we look at other people, and when I say when we look at other people, specifically when we focus in and look at people that are having success in business and that are getting things accomplished, we don't see that they're in total disarray for the most part. Now, does that mean that there's not exceptions to this rule, or does that mean there's not some areas in life that people may be out of balance? Absolutely, that happens all the time. However, if we really want to move forward in business, we have to take some responsibility. We have to get organized. I saw over in their chat, there was like I was in the questions and answer. There was like a tongue-in-cheek question, like, what does organized mean? And it's funny because everyone has that kind of attitude, but it's not funny because this is a fundamental idea that's blocking people from moving forward. You see, we go from idea to idea to idea to idea, myself included, right? This is a universal effect that's happening to people. And we go from idea to idea to idea and we don't stay organized, right? We don't stay focused. And I had a conversation with my wife this weekend about some of the things that we teach, about some of the fundamental basic strategies that we have in the past employed, and then have, just like many other people, have started to look over here and look over there and see this, and I'm going to do this. And I had a conversation with my wife, obviously a bigger conversation, but one of the topics, one of the points that she made was, Bert, you have to refocus. And the reason is you're trying to do, I understand that you have a vision. I understand, right? This is from my wife. And this is my interpretation of what she said. She'll probably go on Facebook later and post like what she actually said, because it's probably a little bit different, right? But essentially what I was hearing was that, hey, I appreciate that you want to do all of these things and that you're excited to teach all of these different things and do all of these different things. However, if you don't focus in on one and concentrate on that one for long enough to get an increased result, you won't have the ability to do any of the rest because you're spreading yourself too thin. And, right, and this is the important part, and the reason that she brought this up is because she's like, there needs to be more congruency, Bert. You're falling out of congruency, meaning that you're doing one thing or teaching one thing, but doing something else, which in some cases it does happen where you're teaching something behind the curve, right? Something that you learned because now that you're through that, you can teach it, but you can't teach it until you're through it. In this case, this is one of those moments where in the moment, there has to be some transparency to say, hey, listen, if I'm not focused in and I'm not being congruent, I'm not going to be able to transmit that to you as well. So what does that look like? Okay, well, that looks like me getting more focused. Well, what does that really look like? Well, that really looks like building out this mechanism, this tool that we've used, designed, and implemented on a regular basis. So it's already doing something that we already know how to do. And that looks like building out free daily coaching and funneling this entire thing. The entire idea here of using free daily coaching is to help home business owners to be able to get on their feet with the essential tools required to move their business online, to get more exposure, get more leads, and make more sales. That's the idea of free daily coaching. And in that, we want to be able to provide the tools and resources in which people can do that, coupled with the actual training behind the scenes. Like, hey, this is how you use these tools. These are how you implement this for your business. So that's what that focus looks like. It looks like focusing in on promoting free daily coaching and then the affiliate tools and systems that we use to do this. That's it. That's the focus, right? Or that's my focus. And that when I can look at it like that, that seems a lot simpler, right? Now, is there a lot of components to that? Probably. If we wrote out a list, there's a lot of different things that I would like to do in that. Now that that's the focus, we can start, and this is something that we're going to be doing this week here at Free Daily Coaching. We can start at the beginning and we can really get organized, right? We can put everything in its place, all of the tools, all of the resources that we're using. And then once we have all of that organized, and we'll show you how to do that this week, right? Once we do that, then we're going to move to the next step. And what is the next step? Okay, well, how do we go in and implement this, right? How do we go set the goal? What is the goal? What are we going to do? How are we going to promote it? And then what's that list of required actions? So we're going to go back into Laura and do that a little more. Oh, good morning, Clive. Everyone said good morning to Clive as he was jumping on. I was actually looking this morning and I was like, hey, I didn't see Clive. And then everyone was like, good morning, good morning. So good morning, Clive. So this is a big step, right? The first week we talked about just ideas and concepts about going out and taking some risk and building your home-based business, about recognizing that we need to utilize certain tools. Well, I'm proposing here today in week 2 that this organizational week, that these lessons that we're going to do over the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, are going to be transformational for your business. Why? Because they're going to give you a foundation to build on. Because if you start off shaky, the whole thing's going to be shaky. But if you start off with a solid foundation, you can build something solid. And that's what we want to do this week in Free Daily Coaching with you. We want to show you the exact way that we're keeping track of this. We're going to give those of you that join us at the Friends of Free Daily Coaching this week, that's our private training. And later in the week, we'll give those of you that want a one-time access button, we'll give you that access to be able to come and join us for this week. We'll give you the templates. We'll actually give you the spreadsheets so that you can use them and you can go in and start to fill them out. We'll give you the exact ones that we use. And for those that are friends of FDC, this will be a good trial run for our first portion of the affiliate portion program. So if you're not a friend of FDC, what we do is we have some exclusive private training in each and every week. Well, not every week. Okay. So let's say multiple times throughout the month, the lessons that we take from our Friends of Free Daily Coaching training will actually be edited and bundled so that once you as a member have come and watched it and actually done the training, you could actually take that training then, just like a system campaign, right? With a marketing system like MLSP or a product campaign, and you could go out and promote that. So you could go out and promote that PDF action pack, and we'll figure out what that price point looks like. Probably something like, I don't know, I was thinking like 17, but maybe we'll bump it down to a $7 one or a $9, something like that. We'll see. So let me go through it and we'll see what the amount of time it takes, right? And what that webinar looks like. And this step, putting it in place, is crucial, and the time savings, the effectiveness that you can have in taking actions will absolutely be transformed. Now, we'll also show in this, either in this week's episodes or in next week's when we do our list of required actions, the new Pomodoro technique that we've been using. And I've got to tell you, it's super, super effective. So something fun for those that are here at Free Daily Coaching, whenever you see us going on Facebook, or if you get a Snapchat from me, or if you see us tweeting and you see either pictures of or announcements of tomatoes, that means work is happening. We're doing 25-minute increments, and it's just kind of a little fun, little secret, like word of the day. Hey, we're doing tomatoes, right? And then everyone else that's working can jump on and be like tomatoes, right? So we can have a little bit of fun with that. And it also gives it a little bit of a game effect, right? You get 25 minutes on, right? That's what we've been doing. And then 5 minutes off, 25 on, 5 minutes off. So this week, we're all about organization, and we're going to get organized too, right? So tomorrow morning, when I come to talk to you, my desk is going to be cleaned, right? We're going to have some new, hopefully the whiteboard will be cleaned off, because we got some ideas going here, and we'll organize these ideas and put them in into the mix of what we want to actually do, right? Because half of those notes are for Free Daily Coaching, like the one top half, and then the bottom half is all ranch stuff. So this is an essential piece of your business of getting organized. I encourage you to go out and get some books on organization, get some books on procrastination. And as we go through the week, I will be giving some tools and references as well that you can access. So now that we've made it through the beginning week and the essential tools, what we're going to be showing now along the way are tools that can help you make things easier and go faster in your business. So any of the tools that we show you and books from here on out are not essential, but these are the things that we're using. And we would recommend, obviously, that if you're here watching this, that you use them as well. Why? Well, because they add benefit and value into your business. Thanks for joining us here at Free Daily Coaching. This is week number 2, day 1. We're talking about mindset of organization, why it's so important for your business, and how implementing a few strategies can absolutely transform the effectiveness that you have, the time that you save, and the results that you get. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you the next time on Free Daily Coaching.